Hi everybody, welcome back to the Country Clucker. I know it's been a minute since I videoed. I had sustained an injury that took me out of commission for several months, put me on bed rest and everything in order, or basically immobilization in order to allow my knee to heal. So now that I'm finally back at work and back doing the things that I love, I thought I would catch you guys up on the things going on around here. Well, the Country Clucker, like everything else, has experienced a circle of life. So, as you'll notice, there are some members missing in my flock. Smog has died, Enigma, Lestat, Link, Lana, and Enigma. They died of natural causes. I have a mixed flock, so as some of my birds die due to old age, I start bringing in new members. And then as the older members reach maturity, the end of their biological lineage, and they pass, then I bring in some more birds. So right now I'm kind of in transition. So I had a flock of about 60 something. I've lost a good handful over the last several months. And it's been hard, and I guess this video is not only dedicated to their lives and the love that they gave and just the joy that they brought me and all my viewers, but also the reality that when you keep chickens and you keep them as pets, there is a real attachment and bond that forms, not only between you and your chickens, but between the chickens and their flock mates. And so one thing that no one really talks about is grief. And so that's one thing I'm going to talk about today, is just losing your birds and how to process this, because a lot of times people outside of the poultry keeping group just don't understand. I mean, they're just like, so your chicken died. Okay, I had chicken for breakfast. You know, they just don't understand that these animals are sentient beings and that they form attachments to you, you form attachments to them, and they form attachments and bonds to each other. So I had 13 roosters. I am now down to 4. So the remaining are Sec, Supreme, Devros, and Zant. These are the 4 roosters I have left. They're all bantam roosters, so since my large roosters are gone, I do keep a little bit more of a watchful eye on my flock when it comes to predators, especially aerial predators, since most of the ground-based predators are deterred by my privacy fence surrounded by an electric fence, but I can't get away from the raptors that want a chicken takeout. So I guess one thing I'm going to show you, and I debated showing you guys this because I just didn't know if it would be too disturbing or not. So for anybody out there who has sensitivities to death in cemeteries, I'm just going to give you a couple minutes to end this video right now. Okay. What I'm going to show you here is my graveyard. And for those that have large flocks like mine, when your birds pass and you start burying body after body after body, it kind of looks like the plague went through. So here is where my flock is buried. And it's chicken hole after chicken hole after chicken hole. Now, all these were natural deaths. They were not ill. They were not predated, and of course I do not butcher my chickens for food. They are pets. So this is what it looks like on the other side sometimes. You have the joy of the members that remain, but you also have the emptiness that the other members left. So everybody knows and loves Smog. He was my little escort to the shed every time I came into the backyard. Smog is buried here. So this is Smog. Next to him is Mickey. So this is the black silky rooster that I had. From what I understand, this is Impa. And down the line, we have Enigma. We have Lestat. And some of my other members, Link. And this fresh grave is one of my Polishes that died. My Polish hens. I do plan on putting markers on all of these graves to symbolize their remembrance, but also so I never forget. Now, luckily, I live on my own property, and I can establish a graveyard and a memorial place for my chickens. So a lot of people don't have that luxury. I do, and I'm very thankful for it. So although all of these members are dead, they will not be forgotten. And part of that is thanks to you all. Thank you for following my content and for just being a part of this journey with me and watching my chickens, watching them do what chickens do, and just allowing them to teach me and to also teach everyone else about chickens, the sentientness of their individuality, and them as creatures, pets, and most importantly, companions. So going forward, while this is tragic, and it's taken me a while to come to terms with losing all of my chickens so fast, although expected, when you bring in new birds at the same time as you integrate and grow your flock, you also have the other side, whereas you lose a lot of birds in a wave. So the ones who remain are my most recent acquisitions to my flock. These girls were brought in, I want to say in 2019. 2019 is when I got my Australorps, Americanas, and the standard buff and silver lace Polishes that you see here. Going forward, I do plan on getting more chickens. One of the breeds that I have dreamed about for years is Lavender Orpingtons. So I'm gonna see how the winter goes. Make sure we have no illnesses or anything like that. And come spring, I'm gonna look at ordering some Lavender Orpingtons. So for anybody out there who wants to start chickens, kind of wants to see how it goes with raising chickens, starting from chicks and a brooder and everything, I do plan on documenting all of this, not only for my sake, but also for other people who want to learn how to do chickens. So I do apologize for my absence. It was circumstances beyond my control and injury I sustained that basically had me immobilized for a while. So my son was taking care of my chickens for me, and I'm very grateful for his help. And during my time when I was healing, I lost a good percentage of my flock. So while this video is somber, there is life on the other end, and that is caring for my flock that remains, but also planning for the future of not only my channel, but my blog, but also my flock. And now that I have the space, not the way I wanted to get it, but now that I have the space, I do plan on adding some iconic breeds that I have been dreaming about for years, but I didn't want to acquire too many more chickens, or more chickens than I could adequately feed, house, and care for. But now that the circle of life has taken place, hi sweetie, this is Miss Amy. So my flock is a little bit, I don't want to say depressed, but melancholy right now, because they lost a lot of members in a very quick succession, and a lot of members at the top of the order, the alpha order. So I lost Smog, Link, Enigma. You know, these are all of my roosters that were the top dogs. And so now that I have 4 roosters left, most of them bantam roosters, they're having to readjust their flock hierarchy, and it's taking them some time. So right now, a lot of them are also grieving the loss of their companions, their roosters. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweet pea. This is Miss Amy. Hi. Aren't you beautiful? Hi, sweetheart. So now that we've lost a lot of our iconic rooster members, they're kind of melancholy right now. So they're not, I mean, they're out doing their chicken thing, but everybody's real quiet, and I can definitely tell that they're reflective, and chickens do form strong attachments to the other members in their flock. So this is another thing that happens when you lose a lot of members. The remaining flock also has to come to terms with the loss. Now, while they don't understand death, and they don't understand anything like that, I do notice a couple of the hens still doing searching behavior, which is where they're trying to search for the member that is missing. At night, the roosting behavior is a little bit different, you know, because who roost where is also part of the chicken hierarchy, and now that has been disrupted. So there's a lot that goes on when you lose a lot of members like this. So, and we're also working on getting the pen wrapped, so I'm in the process of getting that wrapped for winter. Well, I guess one thing I could do that could cheer everybody up is give them some scratch. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Come on. So that clicking sound I make, they know exactly what that means. You guys coming? Come on. Yeah, Smog would usually lead us to the shed, but I guess I'm gonna, oops, let's step up with this foot, sorry. Ouch. Hi, girls. Some things don't change, and that's good to know. I'm also going to go put a little bit more food in their feeder. They've kind of gone through it this morning. All right. Come on, ladies. Let's go put some food in your feeder. I know you guys could use a little bit extra. Well, I guess while they're back there chowing away, I'm gonna go put some more food in their feeder. They could use a little bit. So anyway, that's what's going on here, guys. And I'm sorry I kind of left you there in the dark there for a bit. A lot happened in a short amount of time. And my Country Clucker blog is still alive and active for those that have been wondering. I've just been working and then healing and then working and then healing, and oh gosh, it's been a mess. So yes, I'm gonna go put some food in their feeder. Hello, sweetie pie. And we have hung up some Christmas lights because everybody needs a little bit of festivity. All right, I'm just gonna, there you go, ladies. And then we got fresh coop or bedding in the coop today. And so this is what the inside of the pen looks like as I'm getting it wrapped. I've got to get the other two sides done. But that's going to be just a big minute or two. I've got my sons that are helping me do this. And so I just wanted to jump on here because I know it's been a while and I do apologize. But sometimes life happens and it just makes you pause and think and assess your situation going forward. And so these are my remaining members, about half my flock. And maybe this spring, providing everything goes well this winter, I'm looking to introducing some Orpingtons, some lavender Orpingtons and blue Orpingtons. These are some of the breeds that I've been dreaming about that I haven't done, but now that I have some room in my coops, I can acquire more birds without so I can feed, because I don't want chicken math to get ahead of me, basically. So for anybody who understands the concept of chicken math, sometimes it can get ahead of you quicker. Before you know it, you've got an up-ton chickens and you can hardly afford to feed them. That's what I don't want to have happen. So anyway, I want to thank you all for listening. And I'll keep updating here and there. Another thing that I'm going to start doing in my coop is the deep litter method, because getting out here to clean the coop every day with a full-time job is getting to be a little bit hard for me to do. But with the deep litter method, you can implement strategies that are not only healthier for the chickens, but also easier on the keeper. And so I just started it today. I've been doing research on it for the past several weeks and talking to other chicken keepers and experts in the chicken keeping field. So that way I can make sure I do this correctly. So that'll be something I'm going to be documenting too, not only for my sake, but also for other poultry keepers who want to start doing this. So anyway, that's it from the farm for now. And I'll be in touch.